The greatest tribute we can offer is not mere words of remembrance, but steadfast actions that uphold the values that they defended. (1966). How we have been humiliated, our mothers were humiliated. The genocide of 1945 animals, they are killing people. To our people at home and all of you in diaspora, let this day strengthen our bonds of brotherhood. Let there be no partition of the name Biafra. Biafra stood as one, and it means come and join. We are not despising anyone. We're not chasing anyone out of the government. But if you value the sacrifices of those who went before you, then you don't have to justice in this very struggle. Whose name are not remembered, and those whose images were not captured, that work for Biafra. You that is here, make sure you build on the principle of the foundation at which this Biafran struggle was led. Fear and discouragement. Instead, embrace courage, wisdom, and determination as we continue to pursue peace, justice, and equity. To all families of our departed heroes, both present and the past, your sacrifices are immeasurable, and your strength remain an inspiration to us all. The memory of your loved ones shall forever remain etched in the hearts of our nation. As we commemorate this Heroes' Day, in defense of truth, let us draw strength from the resilience of our forebearers and move forward with faith, discipline, and hope. May their sacrifices never be forgotten, and may their legacy continue to inspire our march towards justice and fulfillment. Long live the spirit of our departed heroes. Long live our people, the Republic of Biafra. Long live the enduring hope for a better tomorrow. And God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Minister of State, Minister of Interior, Minister of State. Okay, go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Good evening. Hand of fellowship to the government in exile, and the factor government in homeland. Good evening, my PM, Nkere, with executive. Today is who died at Gwacha. Today we honor those who died at the Ebonyi State and also different areas in Biafra land. We honor them because they are the one that made a foundation for us, and that foundation that we stand today. And we are working hard to make sure that the fire they put in our hands will not quench. The devil are trying their best by kidnapping our brothers and sisters. Some of them are in prisons today because of this journey. But we must continue. We'll make sure that the hope they place in us will not be in vain. We must continue keeping the sacrifice that they have made because of the struggle not to be in vain. This is a great day to us. And we know that enemy, to remember that thousands have died because of this struggle. To remember some have died or leave their job, or some, their parents have lost their life because of this. Sure that the death of our people will not be in vain. I must assure that Biafra de facto governments will try their best to make sure that I want to thank everyone who honored today, from Owerri State to Iweraha State to Amambala State. We thank you for your videos and the rest of them that you did for burning the candle. Who remember the souls that have died because of this struggle. We need to buckle more. Some of them died during the time that people are using this struggle to play. But I must assure us that these times the government have been organized well. The death of our people will not be vain as long as we are concerned. Let us come together and achieve this dream. God bless all of us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Do we have a COA in the house? COA, are you there? When you're available, you let us know. Thank you so much. All right. And the microphone will come back to our speakers on the talk show that we're on top of the list. Honorable Emilike, it's your turn. Welcome to this very event. Biafran people are glad to have you on the mic because we want to know why our heroes declared Biafra and the reasons why we must forge ahead to complete that mandate. Welcome on board.
Thank you, Minister Akbarawa, and thank you to the media team. I also salute my Prime Minister, His Excellency, Honorable Nkere. Sir, you have been magnificently, following the events that have been developing lately. And I'm sure that you would continue to follow it in the best way you know of. And we are glad, we are happy that you are doing this. I greet Biafrans. Good morning, afternoon, evening, depending on your time zone. And why our heroes declared Biafra, I'm going to make it brief. Our heroes declared Biafra because we were facing an existential threat. In other words, we are people marked to be deleted, to be wiped off the face of the earth. And how do you define these people? Because every people have a way of life, their tradition, their culture, their language. And without these traits, it's going to be very difficult to call a people, because that's what makes people all over the world. They have their individual languages, they have their way of life, their culture. And these things were threatened. Also, they wanted to protect our land. That's why they declared Biafra. I will not go into some of the incidences that happened to prove that our people were threatened. They already been addressed. But I'm just going to touch on them briefly. From 1945, according to our chairman of our defense forces, to 1966, those massacres, they were so abhorrible that you don't have to be told that you're not wanted. And it continued on to 1970. And so these things just touched on our heroes, and they decided, we cannot allow our people to be destroyed in the manner that they are being destroyed. And also, we have to protect our land. And that is why Biafrans living in the north and the west were encouraged to come back home. And they did. Very few didn't, though. And do we have a responsibility to complete this declaration that they did in 1967? Yes, we do. We must complete the declaration and the recognition and the restoration. We must complete the process. You see, the threat is still there. It hasn't gone away. The threat is there because all the promises that were made after 1970, like the 3 R's, none of those were, respected. And if you wonder why, I would just say look back and see, are there any seaports in Biafra land? Are there any international airways or international airlines or whatever in Biafra land? Are there any federal presence in Biafra land in terms of major projects? The only area where you find the federal government is when it comes to exploiting our resources. That is where you see them. And even in the process of that, we have no share whatsoever from those resources. We are excluded from something that comes from our land. It doesn't stop there. Now they make rules and policies that take over our land as grazing routes or routes. They destroy our farms. They claim they own the land. As a matter of fact, that is the claim, that the land belongs to them. And so, are we going to sit aside while this happens? No, I don't think so. Only a fool can be told by a foreigner that the foreigner has their best interest at heart. Now, I know some of our people have been confused, deceived, but I like to remind everyone that's hearing my voice, love yourself first. Tradition, you love your way of life, you love your land, because that is what made you who you are. So it's very simple. If you've been listening to people who think it's all boils down to money, money is also a type of culture. In fact, it's a culture. And so if you can reason that money is more important than our ancestors who have protected this portion of Africa for us for thousands of years, then you do not deserve to be one of us. So I ask you again, so come on board, join us. For the future Biafrans, this is the only territory to have, to call theirs, that the world may respect us and respect our lives. We have something to show the world. We are gifted people. So join us on this Heroes Day celebration to reassess everything that you are doing. And for those who are fighting us, go back, sit down, reassess everything, and realize that there are many of us who will not let go. I thank you for listening to my voice. I yield my mic here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Emelike. Thank you for your sacrifices, your energy, your resources, and your life for Biafra and your money. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. We have many of the direct survivors of the Biafra genocidal war, and we would like one of them to give us direct experience of the sinister. And while that person is coming up, that will be Honorable Neoma. We call on Honorable Noye and Honorable Nenaya, Honorable Eunice to get ready, and Honorable Maishe to get ready. Thank you so much. Honorable Neoma, the floor is yours. What happened to the babies, women, and children to whom you were one of them?
Hello, everyone. Am I coming out?
Yes, we can hear you very well.
Okay. Greetings from here. Greetings, everyone. Greetings, my PM, His Excellency Nkere, Honorable Minister of Information. Greetings. Thank you for this opportunity. Sorry for that. Thank you for this opportunity. God bless you all. Greetings. Hey, hey, hey. Let me just go forward without wasting much time. Thank you for the opportunity. That war was a very brutal one. Very, very brutal. Of which, by the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama pụrụ ime ihe niile, I'm one of the survivors. Yeah. And thank you, Minister of Information, for that video you showed again about my age mate. Before I go to that, many of you have watched those children that were crying of hunger. They were starved. You know, the most terrible thing you can do in this life is to starve an innocent child. A child that needed to eat. A child, you deprive him or her, his or her infancy. And he will cry brutally and die. I'm one of those 5 million children starved. Thanks to my beloved parents, my mama and my papa, Oto Akaisha, that is how we call them, my beloved mother and father. They did everything they could. I'm the 6th child, and I was born in that blessed day of 1967, just few weeks, and the war. You can't just imagine a brutal war. And the Biafrans were targeted for extermination, total extermination. I did not know anything, but I'm telling everyone what my parents told me, because I was few weeks, less than a month, to cut it short. They planned to exterminate the whole Biafrans, but more than 5 million died. You can see them crying with their ribs counted, and the world is using those my age mates to do publicity, even to get some money for their own pockets. But forget about that. It's very, very painful. It pierces my heart that after God Almighty made it possible for me to be alive, among those children died of hunger, died of kwashoko. Even till now, our people is being killed. our people, the remaining Biafrans, are still targeted for extermination. That is why we are here and we said no. We did not do anything. Those children died, did not do anything. And many Biafrans that died innocently, they did not do anything. That is why we are remembering them today. All of them that lost their life, including those children. I am 59 almost. Imagine our people has been suffering for this brutal. We are born, we are children of God. God designed us for a goal. God designed us to the, how can I put it? We are great children. We are great people of Chukwokika. Almighty God created us. Why should we be targeted for extermination? Because we are children of God, because we believe in God Almighty, God Chukwokika, because our people love their culture, love their food, love their heritage, because we are blessed and we are talented, because God Almighty endowed a lot of minerals in our own region. Would that be the reason for extermination of children of Elohim? Please, please, I want to cut everything short because I don't have long time. That brutal experience. I cannot, everything my mother and my daddy told me from childhood, and from that 67, they carried us and we run from one place to another. I cannot repeat how the bomb nearly cut off my head. And I survived by miracle. How I survived, I don't know. Only that Almighty God, want me to be alive today. That is why we cannot stop. To cut it short, Biafra war, you cannot explain it in 5 minutes. You cannot explain that brutal war in 10 minutes, not even in 1 hour. I urge everyone to back up the Biafra government in exile, headed by His Excellency Nkere, and watch VOB, and you will hear the stories there. Thank you, everyone that have spoken so far. You people have spoken very well. But we must continue. We must continue because Biafra war is a reality. It happened. I am one of the people that's supposed not to be existing. But Almighty God said I have to be alive here, living in Europe, to continue. If you want to appease our ancestors, they are all slaughtered. Slaughtered unjustly. So when I'm praying, I'm saying they will not rest in peace. So even this morning, I prayed and invoked a lot of all their spirit to reincarnate. They have to reincarnate and back up the Brgie, back up our PM, back up the Biafra government in Isaiah, back up the homeland forces, all our resistance forces, back up the Biafra Liberation Army. We are the one to bring peace when Biafra is fully recognized internationally. They will be at peace once. I'm not talking of, you know it all, you know them. They sacrifice their life. Therefore, I urge everyone to come together. We have to continue doing what we can. Donating, supporting Brgie, donating, financial effort, financial support for Biafra recognition, every political engagement we are doing in the Capitol Hill. Everybody need to back it up. so that Biafra will be recognized, and our ancestors, all these fallen heroes, my age mates, 5 million children slaughtered, 5 million children suffered of hunger. Every place of, we thank the Irish missionaries, but that wasn't enough. The world need to recognize the brutality of Biafra war. It was not a made-up story. There are survivors of this brutal war. The world need to say sorry to Biafrans and recognize Biafra urgently, so that myself as a mother will be at peace.
Thank you.
And I will be happy because we achieved Biafra in our time. Thank you all for this opportunity. All hail Biafra. We must continue, please.
Thank you so much.
We must continue. That will make our heroes to be happy, and they will be at peace.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you.
God bless us.
Neoma, thank you so much. I appreciate your sacrifice for Biafra, and your speech today is awakening the veins in us that we're kind of sleeping. Honorable Messiah, are you there, Honorable Messiah? Honorable Noya, are you there? Honorable Nenaya, are you there? Honorable Jenny Onyama, are you there? You there? Honorable Eunice, are you there? Okay, Honorable Noya, over to you. Biafra Memorial Heroes Day, and Biafran people will want to know what is happening today, if there has been any difference compared to what had happened before. Thank you for having you on this stage.
Use this opportunity to thank our past leaders, our heroes and our heroines for their sacrifices. Today, as we remember one of the most devastating tragedies in the African history, the Biafra conflict, and the suffering of millions of Biafrans during the Biafran War between 1967 to 1970. I would like to let the world know today that as we speak, hundreds of Biafrans are being killed. Homes are burned down along with the occupants, all in their sleep by the Islamic extremists. And Biafrans are also are faced with displacement, hunger, and death on an enormous scale. And so as we remember those who have died, we have to also recognize the value of Biafran life and understand the consequences of hatred. To keep their children alive every day. And also the children who never had the chance to grow up and to grow up and be who God created them to be. Asked is, why haven't anybody been apprehended? Denial, even though things, I mean, it's obvious that the Nigerian military are killing Biafrans every blessed day. And it did not start today. This has been ongoing for decades. So fact remains that we are not going to just sit back and keep watching what's going on in Biafra land. We have to fight. We must get our freedom. So Biafrans, let me close by saying that we must commit ourselves to protecting Biafran lives. And we must also defend freedom of religion. I thank all of you for being here. And Biafra we must get. We don't have any other choice. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Honorable Noyen, for your speech. I appreciate your sacrifices for Biafra. Thank you so much. Honorable Nenaya, over to you. You can take the mic. You can unmute yourself.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Minister of Information. Thank you. Great Biafrans, greetings from my end here from Italy. There is no need to tell you people how happy I am this evening to be in your midst and the opportunity given to me as well. Today is a memorable day, that is 30th of May, the day we remember our hero and heroines, and why we must not ignore, why we Biafra must not ignore today to remember them. We remember them today because of the sacrifice they showed us, and that become the foundation of our history and source of our strength. Today we remember the fallen heroes and heroines whose dreams were cut short. We remember the tears of murder, the strength of survival, and the spirit of a people who refuse to lose their identity, even in the face of unimaginable sufferings. To many survivors, the scar of war did not end on the battlefield. They lingered in the economic hardship that follows, like the abandoned properties and the 20-pound saga, which we will never forget. For many of us, are presenting our Prime Minister, Mazi Nkere, our Information Minister, Mazi Sonia Barawa, and all the good cabinet members that are fighting assiduously to promote our cause. For that, I am asking all the good Biafrans to rise up and fight to defend our land for our freedom. And to those who are sabotaging what we are doing, should please desist. They should stop. And I'm asking Biafrans, please donate to fund our freedom. Because we've seen so many lives has been lost, so many sacrifices has been made. And we are still looking forward that God will grant our quest. So I am saying, may the spirits of our departed heroes and heroines continue to rest in peace in God's bosom. All hail Biafra, and God bless Biafra and Biafrans. Thank you, my people. Thank you.
All hail Biafra. Thank you so much, Honorable Nenaya. Thank you so much for your sacrifices. I appreciate. All right. We've been able to know why we must not forget this day, why we must not ignore this day, and we must continue. Thank you so much. Honorable Meisha, over to you, sir. What we need to make Biafra a reality.
Oh, wow. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, you can maneuver your device.
Okay. All right, good.
Honorable Eunice, please get ready. Honorable Eunice, get ready.
Am I able to turn my camera on?
Yes, you have your device. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, yes. All right, thank you very much. I greet the house. I thank everyone. And I thank our PM, our Information Minister, our COS, all the cabinet members. And I'm just going to make it quick because I know we are running out of time. So let me just begin by saying that General Philip Effiong was right. It's like he knew that a day like this would come when he said that if you don't treat their parents right, the children will rise up again. And we are those children that he talked about. And we have risen up and we will never come back down. You must remain focused, resilient until this Biafra is accomplished. Yes, we have to do what is right. There's no going back again. We have crossed the Rubicon. So I urge each and every one of you, do not become weary. Yes, do not become weary. For if we continue to fight and don't give up, if we faint not, we shall reap. Yes, and Paul said that. So Biafrans, please let us work hard. We cannot go back again. I want to encourage our brothers and sisters that are at home, the ones that's in the homeland. I know that it is difficult, but think of what you can do to help Biafra. Yes, think of what you can do to help Biafra. If you are not able to support financially, think of other ways that you can do, or other things that you can do to help Biafra. You can, spread the information about VOB. Because the Bible said that we shall know the truth, and the truth shall set us free. So spread the information, do the best that you can. Don't think of what Biafra will do for you, but what you can do for Biafra. President Kennedy said that. So it is time to double our efforts and do what is right. So, and for our brothers in diaspora. I don't really know. I guess I can use, the Bible verse, like I can use Esther and Mordecai's story to talk to our brothers and sisters in diaspora. I know we always make references to the Bible. We cannot help it. We are God's people. And we're not going to apologize about that. Yes, we always make references to the Bible. Esther became a queen, a Jewish girl who became a queen in modern day Iran. Yes, Persia. And the people of Israel, their lives were in danger. They were facing persecution. And her uncle Mordecai came to her and said, maybe the reason why you came to royalty was for such a time as this. But, she kept dragging her feet and not wanting to help. And Mordecai told her that even if you don't help, salvation will come through another method. And I want to use that to speak to our people in diaspora, because some of them think that, oh, I came to the diaspora because, God likes me more than the people that he left in contraption. No, you are wrong. God has no favor. There's a reason why you are here. Maybe the reason why you came to the diaspora is to help to restore this holy land of God called Biafra. But you have ignored this call of God, this purpose of God, and you are pursuing vain things. I urge you to make a U-turn and do what is right and do the right thing. So, because just like Mordecai told Esther, you find yourself in the diaspora and you have abandoned the call of God and you're not doing anything, you're just waiting. All you do is create chaos. You have gone into a fault-finding mission. All you're doing is waiting to find faults, to complain about everything. Even if you don't help, Biafra will still come. Whether with you or without you, Biafra will still come. But woe to you. Woe to you. If all these things happen when Biafra comes and you did not partake in this effort to restore this holy land of Biafra, you should go and weep for yourself. That's all I can tell you. You should go and weep for yourself. You don't understand. I mean, so many things are going to happen when Biafra comes. People will die.
Hello?
Yes, some people are wondering, what happened? I heard that Chukwuma is dead. What happened? What killed him? Oh, his blood pressure was high. No. There was nothing wrong with his blood pressure. The land of Biafra killed him because he didn't do what he's supposed to do. He made all that money in Germany, in America, in Spain. And he let other people do the work. Now he returned to reap where he did not sow. Believe me, a lot of things are going to happen. So it is time for you to make a U-turn. Support your government. Colonel Obosi said that, and our information minister carefully enumerated all this in one of his broadcasts. Support the government of God. Yes. And when he said it, he didn't even know that there will be a government. He didn't even know that there will be a government. He said, support the government of God. And that government is Biafra. So it's time to double our efforts, contribute the best way that you can. Go to Biafra Republic government.org. If you don't know how to spell government, go to Google or AI. It's just write government. It will explain to you. It will show you how to write government and make your donations. We also have other means you can support this government. You can go to GoFundMe. You can also give us a loan and you get back to your loan 100% interest. So please, this is the time to do what is right. I know that we have been complaining when during Onyendu's time, we kept saying nobody is hearing us. United Nations is not hearing us. International Criminal Court, nobody is hearing us. But now everybody is talking about Biafra. Everybody is talking about Christians, persecution in Nigeria. So why are you dragging your feet? It's time to help. Do the right thing. Do not make all that money and sit on it and wait for other people to pay for it, then you come back to enjoy the land of Biafra. It's not going to happen like that. And I want to thank all of you. I want to thank all the cabinet members, our PM, our information minister, all the people that have been working hard, our information minister. Thank you so much. I don't know how you do it. You know, keeping DOB on 24 hours. My brother, thank you so much. May God bless you and bless your family. Thank you so much, great Biafrans. They will.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Honorable Michelle, I appreciate you. You all make it rock. It is a teamwork, and if you all are not there, we can have the success that we record today. And thank you all for standing very strong and giving strength to our Prime Minister. The load has not been easy. And with all of you, it gives him the courage and the strength that he has, people that understands what he is fighting for. I appreciate you all. Honorable Eunice, are you there? Honorable Kello, Honorable Chima, are you there? If you're there, please raise your hand so that you can take a turn on the talk show. Honorable Eunice, over to you. It's your turn. We want to know what we will be needing more at this time if we must get Biafra. Welcome to the station.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Heroes Memorial Day. Can I have my video on, please?
Yes, you have your device. You can start your video.
How do I remove this background?
Yes, so we can see you very well. You are everywhere on the screen.
Okay, you can see me. All right, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and I want to thank you for honoring this occasion. I don't want to go ahead to repeat what others have said. I just want to maintain every protocol, and yeah, thank you everyone for honoring this day. I want to start by saluting our heroes, both dead and living, and we honor their memories, and then we are here, just like Senator Bruce said, that the history of Biafra was removed from our schools. And he asked, why did you remove the bite of Biafra from the map? You know, for the fear that this generation of Biafrans would stand again, they removed our history. They did not want us to come back again. But little did they know that they were wrong anyways. Here we are, standing, fighting to achieve that which our heroes past fought so hard to achieve. Unfortunately, they couldn't. I want to thank our eternal leader, Odumegwu Ojukwu, His Excellency. He fought so hard, even with his resources and the resources of his dear parent, and Biafra never emerged. It was short-lived. And when he was asked by the reporter, he said, if I'm given the opportunity to do this again, I will do it over and over again. I have no regrets. That was what he said. So if Ojukwu could say such at that point in time, what about us? I am made to understand that I have 5 minutes to speak. Unlike me, I don't speak for 5 minutes, but I will try to honor the wish of my minister and keep it to 5 minutes. Please time me so I don't go astray. Yeah, I penned down just a few things so that I will not have my words mixed up. We have gathered here today to honor our heroes who fought for our freedom. We remember the lives lost. People like Ikoso, Waka Waka. I saw their pictures on our poster. The young men and women who were thrown in Ezu River. The Obi Igbo massacre. Men and women who died on Onitsha Bridge. We remember them today. And their fight will never be in vain. So today it's about memory, reflection, and telling our story so that the next generation will understand the price of freedom and the value of peace. Because freedom brings peace. May we honor their memories by working together for a future, a Biafra where rights and dignity will be respected. 1967 to 1970 will never be forgotten. We will never forget. Today I'll be talking about funding our freedom. A lot of people, have come up to say, why are you people asking for money? Is it about the money? Money every time you're asking for money. Sometimes when our minister Betty will be on her program, hosting her program, you see people commenting, why are you? It's all about money. Why are you all about money? What are you using the money for? What are you using the money for? There is no freedom if you don't fund it. There is no recognition if you don't fund it. And there is no restoration of your freedom if you don't fund it. So it's all about the money. We listened to the video played by our minister, our Minister of Information, where General Nwobosi, Ogene Obosi, as he called himself, he said, when they were fighting, that there were few of them with arms, but they still continued to fight. You understand? He said there is no restoration of freedom without funding. He was 27. He gave everything. Even in his 80s, when he was granted that interview, he said the proceeds from his books, the sale of his books, will be channeled towards the freedom of Biafra. That is to tell you that you cannot achieve anything without funding. As it stands today, Ukraine is still sourcing for funds, both military and ammunition. However, they're sourcing for funds. So you cannot come and tell us that, oh, you're asking too much, you're asking for too much, or you don't need this money. What are you using it for? We need your fund. Ojukwu gave all he had and still did not achieve Biafra. He fought with his money. You can imagine if he did give everything financially. What about now that the world has gone nuclear? We cannot allow marauders from Sahel to take over our land, and that is the reason we have to fund. We cannot allow people who are not circumcised to take over our land.
The other time I was watching a video, they were, displaying their ammunitions, AK-47. In fact, I was wondering, what have we gotten ourselves into? If they could wield such grade of ammunition, then you know that we have a long way to go financially. We have to fund our freedom. The Biafran Defense Forces cannot do anything if we don't fund them. We need that money to help get them greater ammunitions than the ones these marauders have come with to kill our people and to displace us. I want to mention our website. For those who don't know, you're listening to me. Maybe this is the first time you're coming across our channel. You're listening through YouTube or Twitter, X. Please visit our website. It is www.biafrarepublicgovernment.org. When you go on Google, type that, click on it, and it will bring you to a very beautiful page where you will see different flags, beautiful flags displayed with a picture of our honorable men and women who went to the Capitol Hill on a briefing to talk about Biafra. If you click on that site and you are not seeing these pictures, please run away from that site. It is the wrong site. But once you see these two pictures, the flags with a podium and a picture of our honorable men and women of Biafra Republic Government in exile, that is the right website. When you click on it, you go on your right side, you will see two bars, a sandwich, like a sandwich bar. Click on that. And it will take you down to our donation platform. When you click on that, you will see home engagements, BRGIE engagements, where you can read the news, our achievements. You see IOU. You can donate, giving us your IOU, and you will get a beautiful certificate for that. That will go a long way towards achieving our recognition. Then you come down a little bit further, you will see a black highlighted donate sign. Click on donate, and it will take you to the different segments of donation. Oh my God, I forgot my flag. Pardon me. I have my Biafran flag here. So when you click on that, you will see as low as $5, my dear people. $5, as low as that, up to $500. Don't tell me you cannot achieve $5 in a week, please. Those of you who are used to drinking coffee, you can sacrifice your cup of coffee. Those of you who are used to buying beers, bottles of beers every day, you can sacrifice $5. You can sacrifice your ejemma. That is how we call it, our ejemma. Even as low as 1,000 AJ. We have our COA solutions in the homeland who is ready to take your donations. My people, Ukraine is still sourcing for fund. Even South Korea sourced for fund. So who are we not to source for your fund? Please, please. And one more thing, if you make a pledge and you do not redeem your pledge, it is as useless as making a pledge. Please try as much as possible when you make your pledge to redeem it. And there is blessing in redeeming your pledge. I know it's not easy, it's not easy, but this is a task that must be done. It is a task that must be done. General Wobosi went ahead to donate 10% of proceeds from his the sale of his book. And he said there's no recognition without funding. There is none. So please pardon me. There's this group of persons that gathered themselves a few days ago, and they were talking about how they have redeclared their nation. They are now a sovereign nation. They invited a white man to their platform, and they were trying to instigate, hate on this man. And this particular man, after these people must have, tried by all means to inflict hate on him, tried to speak against the people who are doing the right thing. He told them, he said, there is no redeclaration if you don't have your recognition. Your redeclaration is as useless as whatever. Yes, you have gone ahead. We have declared our nation. We redeclared on 29th of November 2024. Oh, we have our nation. We are a sovereign nation. What's a sovereign nation? How are you a sovereign nation? Where have you occupied as Biafran?
Thank you.
So, my people, we have to buckle up. In rounding up, I want to thank our Prime Minister, His Excellency, Mazi Ogechukwu Nkere, who has been doing a tremendous job. And this is the man who took a leap of faith when our former Prime Minister was captured. And he did the needful. And what is the needful? He continued from where our former Prime Minister stopped. And what is it? After redeclaration, you need your restoration. Your recognition, then your restoration. These are the 3 R's: redeclaration, recognition, restoration. This is exactly what Mazi Ogechukwu Nkere and the Biafra Republic government in exile is doing. You can't beat that. All the briefings in Capitol Hill, the lobbying, it is a step. They are steps towards our recognition. And you cannot do without recognition. The man who was invited by those people, disgruntled elements, he told them, he said, you need to get 1 or 2 countries to recognize you. This is what BRGI is doing. And your funds will go a long way towards achieving that, my people. Thank you for listening to me. And for those of you who are asking, oh, what is Ogechukwu Nkere carrying bags up and down to Capitol Hill to do? When is this recognition coming? When are we getting this recognition? My dear, Ojukwu was asked by the reporter, why is Ireland taking too long to recognize you? And he said, we cannot force these people. Governments, they take their time to watch, to see how they can step in. So Ogechukwu Nkere is going, and he is pursuing, and he's being tenacious, and he is being unwavering in his efforts. And we must support him.
Thank you.
And he will continue to carry that bag until our recognition is achieved. Thank you very much. I have a lot to say, but I yield my mic here. God bless you. Please don't forget www.biafrarepublicgovernment.org.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Please, as we are continuing the program with the talk show, visit the website of the Biafran government in exile and make your donations, because we are soon going into the fundraising, and we will be off the air when we switch over to fundraising. So, COA, we called you up before on your slot on the program. It's like you're available now, so go ahead. After you the PM will take the stage because of the way time is going. So, COA, over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister of Information, Media and Communication. Thank you, My Excellency, or should I say, His Excellency, Honorable Nkere, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in Exile. Thank you all officials of our government, both in exile and the homeland. Thank you, Biafra, those who may be listening right now, for the opportunity to join my voice in making this day memorable. Today is a great day indeed, the day that we remember our heroes and heroines, both past and present. We may even also remember the future, because when after Biafra is restored, we also have heroes and heroines who will be playing roles to preserve the freedom. For the heroes past, we appreciate them, we remember them for their efforts towards our freedom. For the heroes present, we appreciate them, we remember them. And when I say heroes present, of course, it is you and I, all of us who are sticking out our neck, all of us who are coming out of our shells, making every effort to ensure that we have this freedom. We remember all of us for the effort we have made, for the efforts we are still making, and for the efforts we are yet to make. We remember everyone. Living without freedom is like a fish living without water, or a light existing without brightness. We must continue to make every contribution to ensure that we have our freedom. That is when our destiny is protected. Without freedom, our destiny is caged in the hands of the oppressors. So we must be free. In the video we watched while in this program, our eternal leader, General Odumegwu Ojukwu, a question was put to him by the journalist, whether he has any regrets about his role in the Biafra cause, this same Biafra cause. The answer that our leader, eternal leader, gave serves as strength, serves as new energy, serves as vision, serves as everything, clarity that we need to go all the way to restore this freedom. The answer is that if he gets or has 1,000 chance again, he will do what he did before. Today, he is no longer alive to have that chance, but we are alive. So we are proud to stand out for our freedom. I encourage every Biafran, wherever or whatever capacity you are serving, and if you are not making any effort already, I encourage you to join those who are making effort to see that we fulfill this dream. All of us together will love it in the end, because we will be free. That is when all Biafrans and friends of Biafrans will really understand what freedom is all about. These our people who are being cowardly by press what we are doing. They love this freedom too. In Biafra will be a better place to come and play politics, to come and be free. Thank you so much. I will be very brief and not extensive today due to my current location. It is not encouraging for lengthy speech. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So much from the Homeland Interior and the State of Biafra. We salute all of you for your good works. And without much ado, and considering the time constraint that we have, we will invite at this point the Prime Minister, the shockwave that Nigeria is being in their panties, the Honorable Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, to address Biafrans on this very memorable event. Honorable Prime Minister, you're welcome to the station.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. And I believe we have our guests here as well. We have Elias. Please, we all know who Elias is, and he's very important to us. So for him being here today, we really appreciate him to come and also commemorate and celebrate and remember our heroes that have fought hard and paved the way for us to still be fighting the fight that they believe in and also die for. So we'll keep their dream alive, and while we the living continue to fight. We call him Mazi Elias from Washington and Madison, our lobby, of which we Biafrans are familiar with. I call him my friend. We call him our friend, our brother, because he's doing the bidding, the work of Biafran people. Elias, please, you are welcome. If you're here, can you take the mic too? Please, thank you very much.
Thank you, Prime Minister. It's an honor to be here. I just want to stop by briefly to pay my respects to you and the Biafra Public Government in Exile, all the ministers and supporters and the Biafran people overall, to pay my respects on this very eventful day of May 30th to commemorate the sacrifices of the Biafran people in the past and the lives lost. But to also note that today is a day of not just a historical remembrance, but also looking towards the future. And I'm very proud of the work that the Biafra Public Government in Exile has done under your leadership and that of the Brgie cabinet. It is going to new heights. I must say, the progress that we have made, Prime Minister, is actually much faster than I even would have anticipated, or many other people would have anticipated. What I could say to the Biafran people is, we're showing some of what we're doing publicly, which are in our public meetings, to carry along the Biafran people, but there are also a lot of private and highly sensitive initiatives that are ongoing with both the U.S. governments as well as other governments. The U.S. government's not the only country that the Biafra government has relations with. The Biafra government also has relations with some other U.S. allied governments, which will not be named for the time being. But what I just want to indicate to Biafrans is the way either U.S. government or other governments work with groups like Brgie or similar groups is that the relationship is and the partnership is usually done in a much more secretive way than is a relationship with an official government. And the reason I want to clarify this is because sometimes our enthusiastic supporters put out, tweets saying, oh, when's the U.S. going to get involved? When is the U.S. going to support the Biafran forces? The way that U.S. and other governments work with groups like the Biafrans is they won't put out a statement saying, oh, we're doing this. These things are done in a very secretive manner. Over time, they may become more public. So we won't say specifically what is going on, but I can assure you that the Biafra public government in exile is working at the highest levels of the U.S. government, and there are a number of initiatives being taken which are now public information. So we could put it in that way. And, we already see the reaction of the Nigerian government. It was, leaked to the public that the Nigerian government is now going completely gaga. And they're so desperate and crazy now that they're trying to go after the prime minister and maybe even myself on U.S. soil. But I can assure you that the Nigerian government will fail very woefully. I don't care if they write 1,000 petitions to the U.S. government. This is, it's just not going to work out for them. And under no circumstance, I can assure you that anything will be agreed to by the U.S. government in terms of requests by the government of Nigeria. This is not a situation at all like Finland or the UK or Kenya, and that's why our relationship with the U.S. government is important, because if you have a close partnership with these host governments, they could also take the necessary actions to protect those with whom they're working with. So, I'm very proud of what we're doing. What I would say is the Biafrans should not even think about in terms of, is Biafra going to come? It's not a question of if, it's a question of when, and it's also a question of how ready are the Biafrans. Right. So, how fast the U.S. international community can move also is dependent on how fast the Biafrans are ready to move. So I think, the support is there for us to achieve what we want to achieve, the external support. I think what's needed also is for the Biafrans to take things to the next level, to move past all the nonsense in the past in terms of, the dramas, the chaoses, people running around, trying to create these small groups, all that nonsense. They need to move past all that and get very serious and prepare for establishing a new country. So, the support is there. Brgie has very good relationships, but the Biafrans themselves also have to demonstrate that they are ready for independence as well. So it's a question. Things are moving now towards getting Biafra ready for independence, and all of you have a very important role to play to make sure that we achieve what we need to achieve in a timely manner. I'm grateful for the support that all of you have given to the government, and also in serving in the government or supporting the government. So I'm very happy with what we're achieving. And again, you could tell who's serious, and Brigie's really the only player, because the Nigerian government is going after us. They're not going after all these random people. The Nigerian government is coming after us. So, both the U.S. government knows and the Nigerian government knows who's serious and who's in charge and who's actually, pushing the envelope forward. So I think now's the time to get serious. All of you have a role to play in terms of, all the confused people who are running around the people who don't know their left foot from the right foot, putting them all to one side, parking them somewhere else so we could go and achieve what we need to achieve. So I think that the best thing that could happen now is we have a very solid group now in Brgie, in the current people who are involved. And I think now there's a very solid foundation. And I think what I'm hoping is over time, as things develop, there's going to be more of a consolidation as well. So I'm very proud of everything that all of you have done. What you need to do is to continue support Brgie, and know that there is a straight path to achieving what we want to achieve. So something that perhaps was more of an aspiration perhaps a couple of years ago, I think now is a reality. It's something that is very achievable. And I think it should be very encouraged. And people have admitted this to me as well. People here in Washington have told me, hey, a couple of years ago, if you mentioned Biafra, I wouldn't have taken it seriously. But now this is something that is very much a possibility, and it seems like we're moving towards. So, Biafrans are impatient. If Biafrans want things to happen, more quickly, and Eunice, had our wonderful Eunice and mentioned that some of our Biafran friends are impatient. It's not all on the U.S. or other governments. It's also on the Biafrans, because if the Biafrans themselves are, messing themselves up with drama and nonsense, again, the U.S. government or the international community can only move as fast as the Biafrans themselves can move. So it's important on the impetus on the Biafrans to make sure that they themselves are organized. There isn't any of this distractions and nonsense. The U.S. government, international community can do a lot to help. They can do a tremendous amount to make sure the Biafrans are successful. But the Biafrans themselves also have to make sure that everything's moving well on their part. And then we can move quickly to achieve the goal. And the Prime Minister will address you now. And I know he's going to bring some even more positive news, I think, demonstrating the maturity of the movement and how things are developing. So I just want to say I'm proud of all of you, what you're achieving. The Prime Minister is working hard. We, talk every day, sometimes at midnight or 1 a.m. about urgent matters. And I think we're all very fortunate, Mr. Prime Minister, for your service and dedication, which is very inspiring. It's an honor to call you a friend and comrade in this endeavors, and to work with this wonderful and dedicated team that you have. So thank you, and it's an honor to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Elias. We appreciate you. You are actually a God sent. You and your team. We say thank you. We really appreciate. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Wow! Today is the D-Day. Day to reflect. Day to ask questions. Thoroughly think about what is happening in our land. Some can turn it to a day of merriment, but I don't think it is a day of merriment. It's a day of remembrance. So, those that fought before us, why they took that action. Good afternoon. Greeting from here, my fellow Biafrans. Today, May 30th, we gathered in solemn remembrance. We remember the millions who suffered, sacrificed, and gave their lives for the vision of Biafra self-determination, dignity, security, and a better future for generations yet unborn and born. It's not simply a day or a calendar. It is a sacred covenant between the living and the dead. It reminds us that Biafra was not born out of ambition, hatred, or conquest. Biafra was born out of necessity. It reminds us that Biafra was not born or just imagined to be. It was born out of the need of a people to live, to be protected, to preserve their identity, who they are, value of life, and to secure a future for their children. It's not only a remembrance of the past, it's also a day to renew our vision for the future. We must complete the work that our ancestors began. The injustices that led our people to seek freedom have not been resolved. In many ways, they have deepened. The Nigerian today is facing a profound political, security, religious, and humanitarian crisis. The same failures of governance, insecurity, persecution, and inclusion that made Biafra necessary in 1967 remain present today. Indeed, the need for Biafra is even more urgent now than it was then. The Biafra Republic government in exile has emerged as a serious political vehicle for the aspiration of the Biafran people. We have elevated the Biafran issue to the highest level of the United States government, of which we are all aware of, and the international community. We have brought the suffering, persecution, and aspiration of our people to the attention of some of the most powerful leaders in the world today. The world is beginning to listen, my fellow citizens. The United States government and other international actors have taken greater notice of the persecution of Christians and vulnerable communities in Nigeria, including Biafrans. We have now friends, allies, and supporters at high levels of government, policy, and international affairs. Ours is no longer isolated. It is becoming part of a larger global conversation about its security, religious freedom, human rights, and self-determination. Biafra is well positioned to become a key ally of the best strong leader of the world, United States of America, and the civilized world in West Africa. A free Biafra will be a partner of peace, which is very important, security, which is important, economic development, religious freedom, and regional stability. The Biafra of 1967 to 1970. Today, we have access to international political network, diplomatic channel, global media, not like 1967 to 1970 that our voice was suppressed. Not like 1967 to 1970 that the world knows little about what is happening. So have our legal advocacy and strategic partnership that can advance our cause before the world is very, very important. We are in a significant, stronger position than our ancestors were during the first struggle, 1967 to 1970. Our ancestors, our leaders then don't have the opportunity we have today to dialogue with the United States of America, the leader of the free world. Their courage, our ancestors, our heroes, their courage gave us a foundation. Their sacrifice gave us a duty that we must all carry on, keep fighting, keep moving. We must not disappoint them. And for those that are making mockery of May 30th, if you're one of them that don't show to support this great cause, but today you decide to show up because it is May 30th, Remembrance Day of our hero and heroines. Don't let this work against you. Today is a sacred day. If you're one of those that are making this day mockery day, desist from it. What takes now is to act with discipline, unity, and wisdom. We must show the world that Biafra is not merely a memory of the past, but a responsible and necessary vision for the future. The Biafran people at home and in diaspora, I say, have hope. The sacrifice of our ancestors will not be in vain. We remember them today, not only with words, but with renewed commitment. You as a Biafra, how committed are you? Will you change from your evil way? Will you change from sabotaging our hero, our heroines? Will you repent? Will you be truthful to yourself? How committed are you? Heroes and heroines that you celebrating today, if you one of them that just mocking at them or making joke caricature of this special occasion, you will be disgraced. and the land of Biafra will not forgive you. Repent. Be committed. I urge you, have a renewed mind today. Have a renewed spirit. May those before us that fought before us inspired you. May their sacrifice inspired you today, May 30th, for you to have a renewed mind and be committed. Respect their sacrifice. We honor our heroes by continuing to do the work of liberation with seriousness, strategy, like what we are doing in Washington, D.C. that made the Nigerian government coming after Brgie, me, and the entire team. And also faith. May the souls of all the Biafra heroes and heroines rest in peace. And for you, everyone that don't want to have a renewed mind, if you don't let the soul of our heroes, heroines, rest in peace, you will have a price to pay. Because you that decide not to have a renewed mind, you might be the one not to rest in pieces. May God strengthen the people of Biafra. Listen, I want to make a major announcement from the Biafra Defense Force, known as BDF, to commemorate May 30th and demonstrate a critical step towards our freedom. It is very important. Please pay attention to this announcement. And if you can recall back, in 1968, we have Biafra Special Task Force. On this day, May 30th, 2026, we are announcing the creation of the Biafra Special Operation Command. I repeat, on this day, May 30th, 2026, we announce the creation of Biafra Special Operation Command. When you work with the best, like country, like United States of America, our greatest ally, a country that if you ask Biafrans, will you like to be an American? They will 99.9 will say yes, because we love them so much. We love what they are doing. They have set example time without number that they are the leader of this free world. When the genocidal war, when the genocidal is going, actually it's war, that is what it is. What is going in Nigeria today is genocidal war against Biafran Christians and Nigerian Christians. The only country of America. Why can't we partner with them? Why can't we work with them? Why can't we emulate them? Why can't we follow their model? So this creation of the Biafran Special Operation Command, This will be a small elite unit, unconventional war, and counter-terrorism. Don't you think it will be beautiful for this elite unit to work hand in hand with United States of America and great state of Israel? It is based on the model of United States Special Operation Command, called OSCOM or called SOCOM. The Biafra Special Operation Command will be only part of the Biafra Defense Forces authorized, I repeat, the Biafra Special Operations Command will be the only part of the Biafra Defense Forces authorized to collaborate with foreign intelligence or foreign forces. If you know, you know. The newly created Biafra Special Operations Command will counter malign foreign influence, such as from China. Have you heard China? China. Where in the world have you seen China help any minority, whether any religion group that have been persecuted? China never helped. It's only their own interest. China don't care about you. If it is not China, it's not China. And also Iran. So these forces will work, collaborate with our ally to counter this influence of such of China and Iran. And also Islamic terrorists. These forces will counter them. And we will be aligned again. How many times have I said align? Who are we aligning with? United States of America. This force, our special force, we align with US and also Western interest. And when we say Western interest, the countries that are going to fight and counter these terrorists will we all work together, hand in hand. In addition, my fellow citizens, the BDF, Biafra Defense Force, announces the creation of the Biafra Defense Intelligence Agency. That's BDIA. If you know, you know we are getting there. We are pleased to announce the creation of BDIA, Biafra Defense Intelligence Agency, which is also after the US Defense Intelligence, the same model. When you work with the bears, you imitate the bears. If you want to win, not just that having a better team, you need a better coach. We are now the team. The only way we find a better coach is United States. They're the one that will coach us. They'll be winning. They keep winning. We cannot go and get coach that will not train us properly to win. So we are aligning with the American system as well. So the BDIA will be led. We'll get there. So we're not gonna. The need for the creation of Biafra Intelligence Agency is long overdue. That we have this unit. And the BDIA, as the military intelligence arm of the BDF, we collaborate. This is more beautiful here, this collaboration. We collaborate with our allied foreign intelligence agencies. The BDIA, we work in collaboration with the Biafra Special Operation Command. We are getting there. My fellow citizens, just like as our lobby said, not everything will bring out here in public because of the secrecy. But, you know, our defense is getting stronger every day. And these two units that was created, we make it stronger. And these two units will be the one that we collaborate, work with our peers. No any other agency in Biafra land will work with our allies, except these two created Biafra is here. We need to let our allies, the world, know how serious we are, that we are ready. And in the spirit of Memorial Day, I call on all Biafrans that are not committed. Please renew your commitment. Stop faking. Worldwide, Biafrans are celebrating today. It's a welcome development. It's part of creating awareness. Because different countries, different all social media, our activity, our celebration is being flooded, littered everywhere. And people will be asking questions, what is going on? Who are these Biafra? Please use that spirit, that renewed mind, and trash all your sabotage ways, and trash all your evil way. Repent, so that the soul of our heroes will rest in peace. Because if you rest in pieces, you will be the one to pay the price. For those that believe that the living can hear, see, if you believe, what about if they come and haunt you? If you are evil, if you are sabotaging what they work for? Today, everybody shouting May 30th, May 30th. Both the ones sabotaging. We appreciate that you participate, at least create awareness. Disease from your evil way. May the day soon come when Biafra stands free, secure, peaceful, and recognized among the nations of the world. Hey, Biafra, we participate in the Olympic peacefully. We are Biafra, we participate in the World Cup peacefully. We are Biafra, we work hand in hand to fight and counter these terrorists. Biafra have something to bring to the international community. We bring positivity, not terrorism. Thank you very much. Renew your commitment. Disease from your evil way. May God bless you as you renew your commitment. Meditate, reflect in what May 30th mean. Before the program started today, or during the program, you saw a lot of video of those that have paid sacrifice for our freedom, those that have worked very hard. Don't let their sacrifice be in vain. Remember that today, even as we speak, the Nigerian terrorist state, they are still terrorizing Biafran people, killing Biafran Christians. Let us all come together. May God bless you. God bless United States of America. God bless Biafra Republic, known as Republic of Biafra. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Honorable PM, thank you so much for that heartwarming speech of the day. Thank you so much.
And valleys to the hills so high, our dreams keep growing beneath the sky. No more fear, no looking behind. We're hoping our hearts and a future to find. Together we're building, together we're strong. United in purpose, moving along. The light keeps shining for all to see. A people of courage and dignity. Our voices rise, land of the rising sun, forever shining bright. Voice of the East, hey! Forever shining bright. Voice of the East.
Thank you so much, Prime Minister. And thank you to entire Biafran people. And because of time, and at this very time, and at this very point, and according to our program, we will be jumping into the Bcos of Biafra television. We are going off air and we continue inside the Zoom. Thank you all to have been available on the Voice of Biafra TV. Please come inside and continue with us in the Zoom as we do what we have to do to be able to fund Biafra. Thank you so much. Mwumba, go ahead.
In the rising sun of a new dawn, A nation stood tall on her own ground. May 30, 1967, the flag was raised. Land of the rising sun, freedom proclaimed. All over Biafra land, the people sang and danced. Tired of broken promises and iron chains. In July 6, 1967, Nigeria waged a genocidal war against the young republic. The drums of war began to sound. Nigeria turned against us on our own sacred ground. May 30, 1967, we still remember the day hope was born and hell descended. Rivers ran red, children cried for food in the shadow of famine and flying bombs. Biafra, Biafra, your name we call. Though they tried to bury you behind the wall, your spirit lives in every soul that knows the price of freedom and the blood that flows. Hey. Blockade and hunger became their sword. Kwashiorkor scars on bodies of the young and children. Women buried babies in shallow graves, while the world watched and looked the other way. From Uliya Street to the starving fields, 1 million souls crossed into eternity. They called it war, we call it genocide. Our peoples will refuse to die. May 30, 1967, we still remember the day hope was born and hell descended. Rivers ran red, children cried for food in the shadow of famine and flying bombs. May 30, 1967, echoes in the wind, never to be erased. Biafra lives in memory and in flame. One day the truth will speak your name. We say it loud and clear. Never again, never again, never again. Biafra independence is not negotiable. Independence is not negotiable. Biafra leaves. Today Nigeria is in confusion. Jihadist terrorists
from home. Though Biafra land, they protest and ask for their freedom. What the Nigerian terrorist government do? They arrest them, kill them, shoot them. So for that reason, we have a government in exile, so we can fight from abroad. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister of Information. And we're also going to bring 1 or 2, 3 videos on the screen. Those that Nigerian terrorist state need to go after, because they actually sponsor the insecurity. But is that the reason why the Nigerian terrorist state are not going after Sheikh Gumi? Minister of Information, please, can you bring the video of Sheikh Gumi to the screen? Thank you very much.
They are, yes, they are physical and everything. They are Fulanis.
Of Nigerian extraction.
Oh, you know, they're Nigerians. No doubt about that.
They are Nigerians.
Yes, in fact, some of them have parents in the town.
So why, for those who say some of these criminal elements are non-Nigerians who move through the ECOWAS territory
yes,
into Nigeria, is that true?
What happened is, you see, as I've said now, we are having an ethnic war. The Fulani nomadic feels his existence is threatened. So what they do is, when they have a war, they call other Fulanis from other countries, irrespective of where they are. Fulani is Fulani. They go to defend their kinsmen. Then disperse, each one goes back to his roga. So that's why they transit the borders just for an operation and go back. But if there is calm and there's peace, you will not see this kind of incursion of foreign elements into the nation. And that's why it's very important. The government is very proactive in this issue. Let's go in, let's educate them, let's register them, let us do what we do to others.
Thank you very much, Minister. Sheikh Gumi, a terrorist man, said they need to educate the terrorists. They need to live with them. They need to do to them what they do to others. What do they do to others? Reintegrate them into the military. What do they do to others? They pay them a sum of money in millions depending on how many innocent citizens they kill. Instead of this Nigerian terrorist government, who know their hideout, who know how they can stop these terrorists. Turn a blind eye. They're coming after me, Mazio Gechuku. Nkere, a former president named Obasanjo. Obasanjo said the insecurity in Nigeria can never stop. My fellow citizens, are we going to remain in a country that the insecurity can never stop? Are we going to be part of a country that breeds, sponsor, support insecurity? Obasanjo made it clear that the politicians, governors, they sponsor the insecurity. This disgraced country called Nigeria, they should go after the sponsors of the insecurity happening in Nigeria and leave me hell a fucking alone. Terrorist state of Nigeria, they sponsor the insecurity. Let them leave Mazio Gechuku Nkere alone. Obasanjo made it clear the insecurity can never stop. That the government sponsor the insecurity. Then why are they coming after me here, United States of America? Thank God we have not turned United States of America to be the battlefield. Here in Washington, we will destroy Nigeria with truth. Here in Washington, we will expose Nigeria like never before, a shithole, disgraced country. A country that don't care about humanity. A country that care about citizens. Look at United States heroines. We as Biafrans, what are we going to say we will remember Nigeria that they have done for us? Is it the better life they gave us? Is it the better opportunity? Is it the good life? Is it the school system, sewer system, the infrastructures in our land that they make better? Is it the road, hospital? Is it the economy that they provide for the citizens of Biafra? So that after our children graduate from their high school or college, they can acquire a good paying job of which they can start family with. None of the above. God punished the entity called Nigeria. Very disgrace. They are not ashamed of themselves. After United States of America, I advise this useless country what to do to stop the insecurity. America advised them to abolish this Sharia since Nigeria is supposed to be a secular country. What did they do in return? And this Sheikh Gumi here is telling the government of Nigeria, because he worked with the government of Nigeria. He's telling the government of Nigeria to pay the terrorists, to pump money to the terrorists, to integrate the terrorists to the military. And do you think the Biafran people will not defend? Information, I think we have some few to go through. Can you play the video with, the protest? Because a lot of people will be the first time tuning in Biafra. We will keep this country. If I have what it takes, I will save the people of Nigeria. I'm already saving Biafra. Attention, the Middle Belt and the Southwest, maybe rise up. Call Nigeria, I will burn it down. Thank you very much.
Let me say that if the federal government have demonstrated capacity and can arrest Nnamdi Kanu, they should also exhibit the same zeal and will and decision to arrest these Fulani herdsmen that are terrorizing our state and our country. Let that be done. These ones are living here with us, but if Nnamdi Kanu can be arrested from a foreign land, I believe that the federal government will exhibit the same will. They will arrest Fulani herdsmen, especially Meyakiala, who have owned up to the killings in Benue State and have continued to terrorize our land. It is laughable and unfortunate when I heard that Meyakiala are calling Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist, someone who is fighting for the liberation of his people is being called a terrorist by terrorist organization called Meyakiala and Fulani herdsmen. So federal government should rise up to its responsibility and arrest this one. I have no problem in trying Nnamdi Kanu. Due process should be followed and let there be justice. If he has committed any offense, let there be justice. But the federal government must also do justice by arresting Fulani herdsmen who have been terrorizing our land, who have created so much problems and pains and challenges to our economy, to our security, to our unity. If federal government doesn't do that, it means they are not serious.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Minister of Information.
Voice of Biafra TV, the voice of truth, the voice of the people.
There is only one broadcasting network.
Voice of Biafra TV.
The first, the best, and the last.
Voice of Biafra TV.
We lead, we shine, we last. The first, the best, and the last.
From the east to the world, hear the truth unfold. No other station does it better. Truth be told, real stories, real power, real Biafran soul. Every day, every hour, we taking control.
Breaking every silence, letting voices rise. Standing for the people, opening their eyes. Strong and unshaken, both for all to see. Broadcasting the future.
Voice of Biafra TV.
There is only one broadcasting network. Voice of Biafra TV. The first, the best, and the last. Voice of Biafra TV.
First to speak, best to watch, last to
Voice of Biafra TV. Voice of
Jekaba.
Voice of Biafra TV, the voice of truth, the voice of the people.
There is only one broadcasting network.
Voice of Biafra TV.
The first, the best, and the last.
Voice of Biafra TV.
We lead, we shine, we last. The first, the best, and the last. From the east to the world, hear the truth unfold. No other station does it better. Truth be told, real stories, real power, real Biafran soul. Every day, every hour, we taking control.
Breaking every silence, letting voices rise. Standing for the people, opening their eyes. Strong and
Welcome to Voice of Biafra TV. It's morning, it's afternoon, and it's night, depending on your time zone. I bring you warm greetings. This is Voice of Biafra Television. And we are coming out on a series of platforms. We are live and direct on live television channels all over Africa. We are live and direct on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and many other platforms. And we salute all of you for joining. You can call into the program with the number that will be displayed on the screen. Tomorrow is Heroes Remembrance Day, and we continue to remember our heroes, and we continue to fight and to give them what they need. Welcome to Voice of Biafra Television.
Voice of Biafra TV. There is only one broadcasting network. Voice of Biafra TV. The first, the best, and the last. Voice of Biafra TV. First to speak, best to watch, last to ask. Voice of Biafra TV. Voice of Biafra TV. Holy war, holy war. Voice of Biafra TV. Only one, no, only one. Only one, only one. Voice of Biafra TV. Only one, only one. Voice of Biafra TV. Only one, only one, only one, only one, only one, only one. Voice of Biafra TV. Only one, only one, only one, only one, only one, only one. Hear the people sing at last. Voice of Biafra TV.
Welcome back to Voice of Biafra Television, and we are live and direct on all media platforms. Somebody just threw a question, and the question is, Mazi, I'm just curious, is Danjuma still alive? I really want T.Y. Danjuma to be alive so that he can see the goodness of God. Because God has used T.Y. Danjuma to send messages to the children of God in Nigeria. And it then depends on all of them that are ready. And those that are not ready, they still continue to sit on the fence. God has used T.Y. Danjuma to open the eyes of many Nigerians and to tell many of you what you should know and what you should hear, and how you should wake up and stand against the terrorists. Tomorrow is Saturday, and we are happy to be alive in this very present dispensation and to talk about Biafra and to tell the world about Biafra. I come with a very happy heart. Yes. I come with a very happy heart because the U.S. government officials has proven once again that they don't turn their backs on those that have their interests and those decides to work with them. Even as we have not gotten our recognition yet from American government officially. I am perplexed and I am overjoyed at the same time to tell you that U.S. government officials are already defending Brgie Prime Minister Nkere, while Finland and Britain betrayed Mazi Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They sold them out. That's what they did. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa happen to have been UK citizens and Finland citizens, then these same countries betrayed them and gave them out to be picked by Nigerian terrorist governments. It's a very big shame. Very big shame that I don't know how to explain to many of you, because I have tried how to put it all together and to see how it will come out. But it's very shameful to say it. But here I am. Talking to you about what the U.S. government officials are already doing as they see Nigerian government trying to drag Brgie Prime Minister Nkere to their caricature Nkere dance that they want to start dancing. So interesting to see that a country that values your existence can protect you and keep you away from the foreign terrorist that wants to come and pick you. That is why they say where America leads, others follows. The line is open to those that want to call in, because this program is unannounced and we are coming on an impromptu, because tomorrow we have a series of events, and with the joy in our hearts, we cannot fold our arms just to watch and see things that are happening and go just like that. America is where you have to be and speak for freedom. America is where you speak for freedom and you will be protected. America is where you will speak for the freedom of mankind and your rights will be protected. Finland government and UK government, up till today, I have not seen one official of the Finland parliament or the UK parliament come out to lambast Nigerian terrorist government for kidnapping their citizens. Instead, they trade the freedom of their citizens for monetary values. They trade the freedom of their citizens for business values and interests. Recently, all of you saw that the UK government hosted Nigerian government officials. These are the people that kidnapped Mazen Nnamdi, and they kidnap your own citizen. And you say that your citizen is Nnamdi. You said he is using your own British passport. And then one country kidnapped him. And they lock him up. They sentence him to life imprisonment. Until today, as we speak, you have not come out to say anything about his kidnapping and his imprisonment. Rather, what you do is that you invite the same terrorist governments that kidnapped these your citizens, you give them a befitting banquet feast. You call all of them to the royal castle in UK. All of you sat down, you drank, you enjoyed, you celebrated a job well done of kidnapping a citizen that was using your passport, simply because of oil and gas. Simply because he is not a bona fide citizen of United Kingdom. I want all of us to understand something. Other countries will defend you even when you are not born in their country and then you acquire their citizenship. But the United Kingdom and the European government will not do it. Why? Because of the business interests that they have. Because of the business interests of America and Nigeria, America decided to put the lives of the babies, women, and children as a priority. They don't put the business first. They put lives of the babies, women, and children as a priority. They sanction Nigerian government. They designate Nigerian government as a country of particular concern. They sanction their officials. They place visa ban on Nigerian passports because their government has refused to disband Sharia law, who is killing every babies, women, and children on a daily basis. The Sharia law that has made Nigeria to become unlivable to all of you. The Sharia law that has made Nigeria to become a shrine of injustice. The Sharia law that has made Nigeria to become where they slaughter your mothers, your fathers, your children on a daily basis. The Sharia law that gives boldness to the Nigerian terrorist government and the terrorists themselves to be paid after they cut off your heads, after they cut off your brains, after they slaughter you to pieces, after they take what does not belong to them. This is what the Sharia law is able to do. The Sharia law gives them the power to do all this. But the Nigerian government are very okay with the Sharia law. Nigerian government refused to disband Sharia law on the mandate and order of the American government, which is to save the lives of the citizens. Was the American government not so good in business when they put their business interests aside? They placed the values of lives. They placed the importance of the babies, women, and children's lives first. But what UK government does, or Britain does, is that your life is not important. It is the resources that is important. Britain and Finland don't care about their citizens. They can sell their integrity for oil and gas and for business interests. But we are happy to announce to you today that US officials are already defending the Biafra Republic government and as a Prime Minister. Okay, Nkere. How I wish Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in UK. And then he left UK and came to America to stay in America to fight for Biafra. How I wish Mazi Simon Ekpa was in Finland and then he left Finland and came to America to stay in America to fight for the freedom of Biafra. If we had these three forces of men joined together, alive and breathing in one place, I wonder the height that we would have attended at this time. Having all of them here, putting all their hands together, putting all the forces together. With the effort that Prime Minister Nkere has done in Washington, D.C., even without having all the support of the entire Biafran people, he has shaken Nigeria to the point that Nigeria is now shaking and afraid of Nkere. With the lobbying work that is happening in Washington, D.C. with the to the point that Nigerian government now wants to use their lobbyists, the ambassador that they just brought, and all the people that they are working with to look for a way of implicating Prime Minister Nkere and to push him to the American prison for them to send him back to them in Nigeria. It cannot happen. US officials are already speaking and defending Prime Minister Nkere. That is the surprising thing that everybody should say. Those of you that do not appreciate or take what we are doing very seriously, I want to ask you, when has your own government in your own country stood up to defend you? An official of parliament of your own country stood up to speak to defend you. Whether in your small crime that you commit, or you coming out to say you are declaring and standing for Biafra in that your country. I'm asking you a very simple question. When did that your country officials come out to stand to say they are defending you because you're fighting for Biafra? Do you know what it means for US officials to take the front stage to come and defend the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic of Nigeria? He's defending Biafra for us. He's talking for Biafra. Why? Because we have already made them to understand what Nigeria is all about. We have already educated them that Nigeria is a shrine of injustice. We have made them to understand that Nigeria was built to destroy humanity. Nigeria was built to even destroy America. Nigeria was built to be used as a pivot to project every projectile of missiles to come down to America to kill and destroy America. This is the Nigeria of today, the way it has been designed. If Prime Minister Nkere is in America and Nigerian government have the guts to go after him in America, why couldn't they do so to Finland? And why can't they do so in Kenya? And why can't they, as they have kidnapped Mazen and Dekano and put in their caves, why can't they now be staying there and giving Nnamdi Kanu a false script and command for him to carry out, so that all of you here will become confused? And on this very note, I want to make a public announcement. If you know going forward today that you are not comfortable with BRGI and you love to be a slave,
Voice of Biafra TV, the voice of truth, the voice of the people.
There is only one broadcasting network.
Voice of Biafra TV,
The first, the best, and the last.
Voice of Biafra TV.
We lead, we shine, we last. The first, the best, and the last. From the east to the world, hear the truth unfold. No other station does it better. Truth be told, real stories, real power, real Biafran soul. Every day, every hour, we taking control.
Breaking every silence, letting voices rise. Standing for the people, opening their eyes. Strong and unshaken, both for all to see. Broadcasting the future.
Voice of Biafra TV.
is only one. Only one protest.
Welcome back to Voice of Biafra TV. I said, if you know that you are not comfortable with Brgie and you cannot go with the brutality that we carry, there's one thing you need to understand. And I said this a few months ago. I said the phase of the Biafra freedom that we are going into now is going to be more brutal. Number one, Nigerian government will come after you. Number two, there will be pressure coming from inside Nigeria. They will use all our leaders in prison to implement series of scripts. And you can see those scripts coming out as Sokoto Declaration. You can see some other scripts coming out from Finland, where they will come and say, Mazi Simon, say like this and say like that. These are part of the scripts. Many of you are already falling and becoming fools at your 80s and 50s and 60s to 100 men of Sokoto Declaration. I pity for you and I weep because I see stupidity running through your veins. Yes, because I don't know how you have been shouting Brgie, Brgie. You followed Mazi Simon Ekpa when he was here. You went to Finland. You were shouting Helsinki Declaration. Later you shout Latin Declaration. You carry Biafra flag and you carry charter. You carry the declaration document and you are shouting nonsense. Say Biafra, Brgie, Biafra, Brgie. And then all of a sudden, British government, European government, Nigerian government launch a different template and tell you that your freedom is inside prison. That all of you must go to prison and wait and take order from prison. And then with your stupid brain, you now start going to prison. All of a sudden, the Brgie that have been working to see the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is no more in your head again. It has become irrelevant. It is 100 men of Sokoto Declaration prison that is the mandate to you. I weep for your stupidity. I weep for the people that have laid curses on you, because some of these things are happening because of the curses that people lay on you. Without Brgie going to Washington, D.C., what is happening in Nigeria today would. Without the congressional testimony that was submitted in June 2025, everything that we demanded of the U.S. government in that congressional testimony is what the U.S. government have implemented on Nigeria and against Nigeria today. We even appeared again on the 18th of September inside the White House Congress, where none of you have ever been, where your grandparents have never been. But history brought itself to fruition under our watch to see that we appear live and direct in U.S. Congress to give a congressional testimony in that briefing. That has not sunk into your head. Over 2 pages of the congressional testimony that is submitted centers on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release and Mazi Simon Ekpa's release and the transnational repression that Nigeria and Finland has meted on Biafran citizens. That has not entered your head. We submitted a business deal and proposal to the U.S. government on the prospect of Biafra, what America will gain and what Biafra will gain, and what we will work in common to secure the safety of lives and properties of the Biafran people and every Christians in Nigeria and in the entire Sahel of Africa. That did not enter your head. Recently, we've had American government officials, not just journalists, not just normal writers, not just people that just speak in the street. No, U.S. government officials on live interview, speaking to you on Voice of Biafra television, educating you and making you to understand that what you are doing is creating effect, that Nigeria are feeling the pain. That did not enter your head. Now, because of the effectiveness of Brgie, Tinubu government have gone kaka, seeing that they kidnap Mazinam Dekano, they kidnap Mazinam Moneba. They are hunting down Biafrans in the homeland on a daily basis. But that has not stopped the effectiveness of Biafra Republic government in exile. With the new prime minister in office, going extra woto. That has not entered your brain. It means you are daft and you are dumb and you are cursed. And I don't know how the curses that were laid on you will be delivered of you. So if at this very time, you don't see the effectiveness of Brgie, and it is Sokoto Declaration manuscript, and the one that is Finland prison manuscript, that is what you want to use. I am sounding it as a warning before all of you will start shouting that Sonia Barawa is shattering the table. That is what all of you normally say. That is what Ngozi was saying. That is what Imam Amuku was saying. That is what Choma and Bryson are saying. That is what Jory, Roby, the rest of them are crying. Some of you that are still pretending to be inside BRGIE now. Sounding a warning to everybody. And media team, you guys should try to cut this very part and chain it. If you know you cannot contend with the pressure that is coming from the Nigerian government, after you seeing that Nigerian government is launching attack to kidnap Prime Minister of Brgie inside Washington, D.C., to lock him up and bring him to Nigeria to them. If you know you cannot stand the pressure, pack your load and leave Brgie, because the day that I will open the Pandora box, it will be very, very disastrous. Yes. We don't want idiots. You know what idiot means? Idiots, we don't want idiots in Brgie going forward, especially in the cabinet. Idiots are people that while they are slaughtering dead bodies of our babies and shattering them all over the place in the communities, they don't care. Idiots are people that when the Nigerian government is hunting down your prime minister in Washington, D.C., it is not important to you. You don't care. When they have taken Mazinam Dekano, your IPOB leader, and they have taken Simon Ekpa, your former prime minister, now they are after your active prime minister in Washington, D.C. It's not a problem to you. That means you are an idiot. You are a misplaced priority in BRGIE. So if you know what is good for you, pack your load now and go. If you know that your work is to cause chaos and to look for trouble where there is none and to form another cabal and to create another accountability group of accountability group 3 that will come to emerge later, pack your load now and start living. Because when Sonny will open the Pandora box, it will not be peaceful. Yes. Because the same way you people plan how to launch the second accountability group, this is how it all started. Sokoto Declaration has come out now. 100 men option has come out. A Mama Mugu group is there. Bravo Fulani group is there. IPOB accountability group is there. Oaneze and Afi and Igbo Congress, they are there. You can go and join any of them. If you want to become a problem with this 100 men group and this Sokoto Declaration nonsense and any prison nonsense decree to come and use it to distort Biafran's brand, I will pack you where you have to be. Mazi Simon Ekpa was in Europe. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in UK. And Nigerian government picked him up. Now, Mazi Nkere is in America. And they want to pick him up. And that is not a problem to some of you. And then American government officials are coming out to speak to defend BRGI and to defend Mazi Nkere, your prime minister. That is not a problem to some of you. And you're not doing anything. You are all in Europe. You are all in America. You are all in UK. But Sonny is in Africa. And his face is coming out here every day. He's talking and creating awareness and keeping the tempo high. While you that is in Europe, you that is in America, you that is in UK, you that is in Asia, you feel discomfort more than me that is in Africa. Whereas I am the one that is at the prime scene that can be taken out anytime. You're all comfortable where you are, but your prime minister is threatened to be taken out. It's not a problem to many of you. If you know that BRGIA, the pressure that is coming on BRGIA, you cannot contend with it. And it is very, very brutal for you. Just pack your load and go. Don't attempt to destroy the minds of many others, because it will be very, very bad. Like I said before, media team, please cut this part and send it out. And I am very, very happy that American government officials are defending BRGI and defending Mazi Nkere, the Prime Minister. And I repeat it again, how I wish Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in America, or he was in UK and then he relocated to America to seek refuge in America and then stayed there to fight for our freedom. How I wish Mazi Simon Ekpa was in Europe and then he relocated to America and stayed there to fight for Biafra. How I wish all of them met together with the active prime minister in office today, Mazi Nkere in America, and then they join all the forces together. We would have gone very far. Yes, the formidability of many people would have been straightforward going. But we did not know that UK can sell their own because of their oil and gas interests. We did not know that Europe can sell their own because of their oil and gas interests. This is how far American lawmakers, American officials are ready to defend and are defending Biafra. Can you see that? I want to ask you where you saw that the British government defended Mazi Nnamdi Kanu like this. I want to see where you saw that the European government defended Mazi Simon Ekpa like this. If you see anyone, please bring it out. We want to see. This is the active Prime Minister of BRGI, Honorable Okechukwu Nkere. In one of his diplomatic meetings with Ambassador Tibonash, there they are. And today, as Nigerian terrorist government are launching attack to pick the Prime Minister of BRGI out of America because of Biafra, after they have felt the fire, these U.S. government officials are speaking up against Nigeria. And they are telling Nigerian government that Nigeria's transnational repression is not acceptable in American soil.
with American citizens. Unlike Finland and United Kingdom, that has allowed their citizen Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu, to be kidnapped and imprisoned by Nigerian government pressures, respectively. This is how a government that has your interest and protects you are supposed to be speaking. That is why I'm very proud of all of you that are in America. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that many of you in America were stationed there to work for Biafra to come, I am already seeing it now. And I'm seeing the fulfillment in all of you. That is why some people in other countries and other continents, they may become useless. But all of you in America are standing very strong. Because you have a defined mandate. Yes. While some other groups and some other people in other countries are planning of how to overthrow the government, how to create accountability group, how to come out and tell the Prime Minister that he is not doing well, that they can do better than him. But yet they are in Europe, they are in UK, they are in Asia. You cannot see what they have done. For many years that they have been in those countries, you cannot see what they have done. Their country, number one, cannot even guarantee them the safety to do anything. They themselves cannot also make themselves available to do anything. But only people in America can make themselves available. From their tithe and offering and their blood and everything, they will sacrifice their family, their business, their time and everything. When you see Prime Minister Nkere traveling to Washington, D.C. to meet the U.S. lawmakers, you think that he doesn't have a job? He closed down his business. The other time you saw Honorable Mighty Dot alongside with the Prime Minister. They closed down their work. They closed down their family affairs. They closed down their business. The other time you saw Honorable Chima. The other time you saw Honorable Noye. This is a woman. A woman is putting her life in the front stage. You also saw Honorable Love. Who have you not seen? Is it the COS? And the Prime Minister is always calling on all of his officials that are available in America for them to also be part and parcel of his political outreach, so that they will also be learning and getting to understand what he is facing there and what he's doing. While some of you are thinking of how to go and do Sokoto Declaration, how to go and do 100 men nonsense, how to go and do Finland Declaration in the prison, you are always reading the scripts of your enemies. It's so pathetic. I am happy to see that U.S. lawmakers, U.S. officials are defending Biafra Prime Minister. If our own Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, had this kind of officials in Finland, he would not be in prison today. If our own Onyendu, Nnamdi Kanu, had this kind of officials in his country, he will not be in prison today. He will not have been kidnapped. Some of you don't know the implication of what just happened. You don't understand what has happened in the spiritual realm and also in the physical realm. To see that members of Parliament of America are defending Biafran government in exile Prime Minister, a country that has not gotten their independence yet, a country that is still fighting for recognition, a country that is coming to have diplomatic engagements with the U.S. lawmakers. They are already placing them
in a very important position. They are already protecting their interests. They are already watching them away from danger. As Nigerian government shoots their bullets, US lawmakers reply and defend to tell you that this is not Finland. You cannot do what you have done to Finland citizen Maisai Monaba and British citizen Martin Ambikano in American soil. It is not done. How they think they switch you for body, how they switch you for belly. That's what I'm supposed to hear from all of you. Please, as I'm speaking, if you want to call into the program, you can call in. Don't wait for me to finish talking, because maybe as I finish talking now, something will come up, then I will have to run out of the studio. So the line is open. You can be calling as I'm talking to air your views, because I don't have much time to spend here tonight. And I appreciate all of you. Continue to support Biafra Republic government in exile, because this is the only authentic government that we have seen that the US government recognizes, and they are working hand in hand with them. Now, Nigeria is a very big soup. Littoral, for those of you that do not know littoral, it's something else that they just brought up. All eyes on Nigeria. Hold on, let me check my sound. Let me see if it's back. All right, sound system is back now. I can hear myself very well. This is Littoral. Littoral is who? Is the chairman of the DOJ task force to combat anti-Semitism and senior counsel at the U.S. Justice Department. Littoral says, all eyes on the massacre of Christians in Nigeria by Islamic terrorists. Yes, the radar is on Nigeria now. That is why you see that Nigerian government are going crazy. Why are they going crazy? Because Prime Minister Nkere has opened the Anyash already in Washington, D.C. Just look at what is on the screen. Check out the numbers of government officials that I showed them. That is not all, though. I'm just showing the small one now, make you see. Just showing the small one for you to see. That's showing up. I'm just showing the small one for you to see. Oh, if I have to bring more now, this screen go full because it's plenty. I want to ask Nigerian government, having seen that this Prime Minister of the Republic government in exile have met virtually all the US government officials, and has educated them and briefed them of the Biafran affairs and the Nigerian terrorist government affairs. How do you think that picking him out will be very easy for you? Please, I want to ask this question. I want everybody to help me to answer. Nigerian government. How do you think Nigerian government that taking out Prime Minister Nkere in Washington, D.C. would be very, very easy for you? Now, question I ask you, Because some of you don't think. Some of you don't ask questions. You want to go after Prime Minister Nkere. Okay, go now. When you collect woto in America, you remember that America is not Finland and America is not UK. Oh, great God. So nice to hear that some people are going crazy because of Biafra. So American government gave Nigeria woto. You know that they have done, and then it's becoming very visible. Now this is Leo Terror with Prime Minister Nkere. Can you see him? He said, "We will not be silent about the genocide against Christians in Nigeria by jihadist terrorist monsters." He is not meeting people that are not influencing the policy making in America. He is meeting those ones that are in strategic positions. Those ones that when they will press one button, Nigeria feels the heat different ways. And they ask me a question now. Why wouldn't Nigerian government be crying and peeing in their pants, saying that anywhere Nkere is going and coming out, the kind of photo that is coming out with is meeting important people? If you don't see him meeting people from here, you see him meeting Senator Ted Cruz. The damage that Nigerian government are facing today is coming from Senator Ted Cruz. Senator Ted Cruz is the person that invoked the Global Magnitstic Act legislation against Nigeria. And that is the suffering of Nigeria today. Because this genocide has been happening for decades. Nobody took it serious. There was no opportunity to open up for people to see the reality. Until Senator Ted Cruz now opened the Pandora box against Nigerian government. Now you see that Nigerian government are in pains. They are not in good order. Please tell them that if they are looking for Prime Minister Nkere, they should prepare and eat well before they start going there, because what they will face will be very disastrous. And for every Biafran who do not understand the stage that we are in now, it is a stage of brutality. It is a stage of woto. It is a stage of take it the way you say it. Our memorial message says something, and I want to bring it to the screen. And this is our memorial message photo. It's very peculiar. Yes. The memorial message flyer is very, very peculiar. We need to bring it to the screen to explain something. The memorial message is very, very peculiar. Here is the memorial message. The reason why the memorial message is very peculiar is that Biafra Heroes Memorial Day, and it goes on to explain something. It said, these heroes, they sacrifice in Biafra land but our voices were not heard in American Congress in 1967 to 70s. And in 2026, we have a voice in Washington, D.C. Yes. Today in 2026, we have a voice in Washington, D.C. And that is what is making all hell to get loose. That is what is putting fire on every brimstone. And we are looking at them and doing Nto. Yes, Nto has to happen. Because we suffered. Those that we send messages to go and speak for us or take message to the U.S. Congress in 1967 to 70s, they decided to become warrant messengers. When they got there, they decided to place their personal interest first. They turned their belly to be their great importance. They ignored the Kwashoko children that were dying. They ignored the babies, women, and children that were dying. They ignored the economic blockade. They ignored the food blockade. They ignored the land A and C blockade that stopped every aid that was coming in to help the Biafran people. And we all died. We did not have a voice in U.S. Congress in 67 to 70s. But today, in 2026, we have a voice in Washington, D.C. Yes. We have a voice in Washington, D.C. And the voice is speaking very loud. That voice that is speaking very loud is what is making Nigeria to go crazy like this. Yes. This is what is making Nigeria to go crazy. Because that voice is speaking very loud in Washington, D.C. God bless Elias Girasoles. God bless Attorney Dabiri, Aman Dabiri. God bless Prime Minister Okechukwu Nkere. And you will continue to be blessed in this generation till another generation. Your children, your lineage will be blessed for making yourself the servant of the Biafran people, for sacrificing your life, for sacrificing your business, for sacrificing your family, for sacrificing your comfort, for sacrificing everything that you have worked for in America. I'm not talking about just yourself or your life. No. When I mean sacrificing everything that you have worked for in America, your life savings, your family, your business, your future, everything, you risked it for Biafra. In the America of today, which we know that if you don't have the balls to stand before the powers that be, you cannot speak and you cannot make a difference. But you, Okechukwu Nkere, Okechukwu Kamma, the God of Biafra, has placed you in America to do what we did not have in 67 to 70s. Some people say, you don't speak grammar well. When you now started speaking grammar now, they start going angry. Some people said, you know, go school. You did not tell them that you go school, but you are doing something that people that did not go to school have not been able to do for the past 50 years. People that claim that they have gone to school for the past 50 years, they have not been able to make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to have any handshake with any of the U.S. lawmakers, to have any meeting for the past 20 years. Even those that have been before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they were not able to have just one tangible meeting with the U.S. government. Is it not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is in prison today? Is it not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is in prison today? If all of you were doing everything possible
and giving them all that they needed, would they be in prison? Would they be sabotaged and locked up? Anyway, God says, when one door opens, another one. And when one door closes, another one opens. Maybe if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in prison, Mazi Monekpa was not also put into prison, maybe we will not climb to the next stage. Because it was when they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that God opened the eyes of Mazi Monekpa to come with the new dimension. As Mazi Monekpa now was now kidnapped and locked up, God now catapults Nkere from where he was, where he was very calm and quiet. He was not very troublesome, but now he has become extra troublesome. He is giving Nigeria trouble everywhere. Nigeria are crying now because of Nkere. And they are now looking for a way to kidnap him, to take him to Nigeria, which cannot happen, not in this generation, when the US lawmakers are already standing up to speak for him. They are already standing up to defend him. Hey, Nigeria, also to go, the sacrifice in Biafra land that these men and women did, but their voices were not heard in American Congress in 1967 to 1970s. But today, in 2026, we have a voice in Washington, D.C. All praises to God. And thank you to Nkere. Thank you to Elias. Thank you to Attorney Daberi. And thank you to all of you Biafrans who have imposed your confidence on this Prime Minister Nkere, which many people did not have confidence in him because they did not know what he is made of. But now I believe you can tell from the result that is coming. You can tell from what God has used him to do and where we are now. You can see the situation report. Everywhere in America is crying of Nkere. Everywhere that Nigeria agent is in America are crying of Nkere. They thought that after they finished with Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu, that will be the end. Because every other maniac that comes out was coming out to cause confusion. While Nkere continues with results with the US government. Result. Today, you can see where we are. Don't miss the memorial. Our memorial tomorrow goes with our normal fundraising. Our memorial procession will last for minutes. When I mean minute, I don't mean 1 minute, because many of you will go to school. The way we misinterpret English and grammar is very different. When I mean minute, it means the minute can be up to 1,000 minutes. It can be up to 1 minute, can be up to 3 minutes. So the probability that it is 1,000 minutes is 1. The probability that is 0 minutes is 0, meaning that there is no probability that is less than. It's less than 1. So that means I'm not telling you that they are going to have less than 1 minute. So we are going to have our memorial procession for minutes, as long as God gives us. Then we later go into the fundraising. The memorial procession will be televised and will be coming out from the TV and all the social media platforms. And when we are done with the memorial procession, we will cut off the transmission. Our fundraising cannot be live
on live television, because Voice of Biafra is a live television that is being watched everywhere. So the memorial procession will be shot on the live television. When we are done with the memorial procession, we now cut it off. Then we continue the rest of the fundraising inside the Zoom. We have to keep this mantle that God has given us. We need to raise the army of God to go and finish the job. General Obosi said he is donating his 10% of his book's proceeds to support the government of God for the children of God to get the freedom. And he said he is also imploring all of you to do same in paying it as tithe and offering, because it is the tithe and offering that you offer to God to save the children of God in the cause of Biafra. So come with your very big purse and come and give your own quota to support the works of these heroes which they started, so that we can take it to a finishing and lasting end. We don't want to leave it halfway, because they gave us a responsibility. They passed the baton to us, and we have to take it down to the final destination. There is something else I want to address before I take my leave. I have seen many of you, you slept and you woke up, you jump into the media, and then you bumped into BBC publication. BBC published something and they said they are publishing about Biafra story. And then the author or the person that projected the narrative or the story happens to carry a Yoruba name. Yes. And then I see the enragement in all of you on the social media. Many of you say, oh, a Yoruba person should not be the one to tell our story. BBC should not be the one to tell our story. Somebody that did not witness the war, do not know anything about the war, should not be the one to tell our stories. And I'm going to